very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining us in this special program brought to you by Shelter Incorporated. And today we're still extending our discussions in line with all things to do with Etosha Gardens and Etosha Memorial Park, helping me unpack some of the key aspects of the developments that are taking place is Mr. Sydney Chakuchichi. Thank you so much for taking time to join us today.
Thank you.
Now, if you look at the current progress and the challenges that may come with having the cemetery, maybe you could give us an appreciation of the current status of the cemetery's developments and what are the notable milestones that have been achieved so far?
Okay. Let me start by saying that cemetery business is not a shelf business. You actually have to go to the public and really present the product, people become aware of its existence. So to me, that has been the challenge, because you would find that initially people were not even aware about the existence of Etosha, and some were even asking, where is it? But because of the programs that we have undertaken, people are now aware of those, of its existence. It's not far away. It's only some 20-something kilometers from the CBD, very, very close. And when we started, it was just an estate, and we started putting up a lot of plants, and we started working on the landscaping. So we are in our 4th year of operation, and recently we have actually added a top of the range entrance gate. Quite innovative, because we believe in innovation in Etosha. We want to use materials that are locally produced or locally available at low cost, but we make the best out of it. Further to that, we have also unveiled the Mnyaradzi and Honde products in the Memorial Park. And we are not stopping. We have got a lot in stock. Maybe we'll discuss it later. But certainly, our objective is to make sure that Etosha is the final resting place for all Zimbabweans, wherever possible. And we have got enough capacity because our cemetery is large.
Right.
It's 164 hectares in extent.
Right. Now, talking about it being 164 hectares, the maintenance of the grounds must also bring its own challenges, considering how vast the space is. Maybe you can give us an appreciation of how you've managed to ensure manicuring of the lawns is pristine, but at the same time also the plantation itself is running smoothly.
Right. We have got a team of very energetic young people who are very anxious to make sure that the estate is always looking good. We have put in a lot of a few projects to make sure that our watering system is improved. Recently, our irrigation system has been upgraded. So this will help in making sure that the plants are watered and the lawn is maintained. Then at the same time, the kind of plants that we are putting in there are drought-resistant plants. Examples are the acacia tree, which is drought-resistant. That will actually help us to make sure that the greenery is maintained and the plants don't just die immediately from drought. We have got a small dam which we are actually trying to reinforce to make sure that the water is harvested. And we intend to use that water for 2 reasons.
Right.
First, for aesthetics, and then secondly, it might actually become a secondary source for irrigation. But by the way, we have 2 bores that are actually firing the whole estate at the moment. And we also intend to go solar in the months or years to come, so that we are self-sustaining as an estate. We cannot depend solely on main grid electricity.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in closing, of course, we can only but appreciate the developments that have taken place so far with Etosha, but maybe you could also give us an understanding of some of the unique selling points as a cemetery that Etosha Gardens offers compared to the rest of the market.
Right. As Etosha, we actually look at life celebration when one is departed. We don't just bury people. In Shona, I would say tinochengeta vanhu atirase nokuti some of us we go and do a burial and that's the end of it, but with Etosha we don't believe in that. There are two programs that we perform, and the first one, we've got a memorial service that we have. This is the service that keeps us close to the bereaved families. Once every year we actually ask them to come in, and this usually takes place in September. All families, families for all those people who are buried at the estate, we invite them for a memorial service so that we can fellowship together, we can continue to counsel one another, and it also gives the families an opportunity to visit the grave just to make sure that it's well kept. They will continue with prayers with the dearly departed, and they will be able to put flowers on the graves of the dearly departed. And this, I can promise you, it's not always possible. Kana hama yakavigwa kumusha. There's traveling issues, and there are also kids who are not even familiar. There is no traveling between families or from rural to the urban area. People are now urbanized. So with Etosha, all those things are possible. So the memorial service actually affords that on an annual basis, but it can always be done regularly by families.
Right.
Then secondly, we've got our pastoral team. It does a lot of work, which is very surprising, and it's unique. No one else is actually doing that. After each burial, our pastoral team visits each home to continue counseling sessions. The main reason is that after a burial, all those relatives who have been supporting the bereaved family will have dispersed back to their homes, and those who are directly facing the funeral are now alone and sort of solitary. So our pastoral team moves in to continue the counseling and also to listen to the family if there are any concerns of estate planning, and if there's any advice that they are looking for, the pastoral team is there to help. And by the way, our pastoral team is full of pastors, hardened pastors, who understand the word of the Lord inside out.
Right.
So they are able to handle the game.
That's it. No, Mr. Chakuchichi, thank you so much for your time, and we definitely do look forward to speaking to you again in future.
Thank you very much.
Well, that brings us to the end of our segment. We do implore that you keep sending us your questions, comments, and your contributions, as we always do appreciate hearing from you. That's it for now.
Thank you very much.